This is the sound unprocessed, and this sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. Do you like how this audio sounds? I will show you how I process my audio so you can do it in any audio or video editing software, but I will show you how I do it in DaVinci Resolve. To process my audio, I use in some situations, 3 plugins. Why do I prefer to use 3 great plugins? Because these plugins are extremely easy to use. The quality is excellent, all of them are cheap, and you can use them in any editing software. If I change my audio or video editing software, I don't need to spend time to learn new plugins. I will simply install my plugins and do everything the same. What are the plugins? F6 Floating Band Dynamic EQ from Waves. This was $49.99 at the time of publishing this video. On Waves' website you can find offers from time to time. It depends on when you see this video, but all 3 plugins are cheap. Renaissance Vox. This was $35.99. When it's necessary, I use Clarity VX D-Reverb, $39.99. All 3 are exceptional, easy to use, work on almost any editing software, and are worth every dollar. I will add links in the description if you want them. I am not a fan of working with the plugins that the editing software has because most of the time those are not that good, and if I need to edit something in Audition as an example, it will be different from DaVinci. With these plugins, everything is the same in any software. According to your editing software, install the plugins and activate them. And to hear the processing well, use a good pair of headphones or professional studio monitors. I like to process the sound using my Beyerdynamics DT770 Pro or the Audio-Technica AT-Edge M50X. If you watch this tutorial on a smartphone without headphones, you're not going to hear important aspects. I will add affiliate links in the description for the headphones. Thank you for using my links. Now let's do the processing. I have here my voice recorded with the Audio-Technica AT875R. It's recorded directly in DaVinci Resolve with Orient Evo 4 audio interface in 24-bit. The gain of the recording was set correctly, so you can see that I reached somewhere between -12 and -6 dB. You can see here 2 spikes. I do that intentionally because I want to show you how compression works. We will get to that immediately. If you don't know how to correctly record your audio, I have a dedicated video about this step and I will add a link in the description. If you don't record your audio correctly, the processing is almost useless. You need first to record your audio correctly to have a great result in the end. To process the audio in DaVinci, go to the Fairlight page. On the right side, I have the mixer. In this example, I have the voice on track 2, so I will work on track 2 on the mixer as well. Here we have first the inputs. We don't use them right now. This section is to set the inputs when you record. Next we have track effects. Here we can see the effects that we turn on and off, like voice isolation and dialogue leveler. We are not going to use them right now. Next we have the order. This is the order of the processing chain. Because I don't use the onboard dynamics and the EQ, I will let it like this: FX Dynamics EQ. We are going to process everything here in the effect slots, so the order here will be important if we don't use this. I process the sound only here. This is how I like to do it. Because it's a solo voice and it's recorded correctly, this is important, I don't do too much. What I want to do is to clean it to make it more easy to listen to and amplify it to the right level. The first step I do is to add the EQ. In the first slot, I add the F6 RTA. This is what I like to use. You will find this in DaVinci here in the tools. And now I have it here in the first slot. I will double click on it and see the EQ. We see many controls here, but I will try to avoid any technical terms. If you've never used an EQ before, think like this. On the left side, we have the low frequencies. In the middle, the mid frequencies. And on the right side, the high frequencies. And we can see 6 bands, 6 points that we can adjust to cut or boost some frequencies. At the beginning and the end, we have this low cut and roll off. I begin by getting rid of everything under 75 Hz. Why? A typical adult male will have a fundamental frequency from 90 to 155 Hz. I don't cut to 90 Hz, but what's under 75, 80 Hz, I will definitely cut because what's there is the resonance in the room. Those frequencies are not on my voice, those are reflections and resonance, and that's muddiness that I don't want. I will move point number 2 and number 1 to create some space on the low frequencies, And I will move the low cut to the right to eliminate these low frequencies. If you want to make the curve more abrupt, adjust it from here. I want it to be more abrupt for this cut. Now I will cut until I reach 75 Hz. This equalizer is awesome because if I move this point here, it will cut these frequencies. But if I hold the right click, you will hear just those frequencies that are cut off. This will help. I will play the voice now in the background so you can hear the effect and cut those frequencies holding the right click. This sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. We can hear by holding the right click just the frequencies that I want to eliminate because this is resonance of the room. I will play it again to hear it carefully. Let's move the low cut to the left and move it when playing to hear the effect better. This sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. This sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. That resonance is ugly. It's created by the reverb in the room and I will eliminate it. Next, I will create more space by moving the points to the right. And now, I will let the voice play and search to see if I have more frequencies that are amplified by the room resonance. Of course, starting from this point, the frequencies will be also in my voice and resonance, so I can't eliminate them totally. I will lower these frequencies 3, 4, 5 decibels, but not too much because that will also affect my voice. And to search for these frequencies, I will start by boosting 1 point. And I want to make this affected area tighter to have more precision. From the Q, I will make the affected area tighter. I will let the voice play, hold the right click and search for another bad frequency. This sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. This sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. I can hear that this is another bad resonance. I will play it again for you. This sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. I find it's here and I will lower it from the gain knob, -3, -4 dB. I know that I have more bad frequencies in this room, so I will search more. Learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. This sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. This sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. I find another one that sounds bad and I will reduce it. We are now reaching the mid frequencies and here we will hear some boxiness, some frequencies that sound bad like we are in a box. Let's lower them. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. Here it's a bad one and I will lower it to -3 dB. I will do it again and search for another one. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. Here is another one that it's worth lowering. We are moving now to the high frequencies. I will cut some of them by moving the roll off a little. I want to hear them. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. And in this area we have high frequencies that can be annoying if you have a sibilant voice with a lot of S's. The sound is The sound is processed with simple This is too harsh and I want to lower it, but I want to have a bigger range of action for this frequency. I will check here also. This sounds good, I will let it as it is. Be gentle all the time with the EQ. We don't need to cut the frequencies off like this. Don't do that. If you need to cut too much to have better audio, that means that there's something wrong with your recording and you need to upgrade your recording process. I will play the entire audio and turn on and off the equalizer to hear the difference. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. We can hear that the voice is cleaner right now. I eliminated some muddiness and some annoying high frequencies. This is the first step, it's not an exact science and it depends on your voice and your room. Play with it and find the perfect corrections for your recording. The next important step is to make the voice louder, but I don't want also to amplify the reverb I have in the room, so I will first clean it. To clean the reverb I use another plugin. Press on the plus sign, go to Restoration, VST and select Clarity VX the Reverb Mono. This plugin is like a breeze to work with. You need to twist just one big knob to eliminate the reverb. Let all the settings as they are, dialogue 1 and presence in the middle. Now I will play the voice and fine-tune the big knob to hear the effect. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. If you have reverb in the room, you will hear how the voice is cleaned when you increase the action of this plugin. But if you don't have reverb, this plugin will do more harm than good to the voice instead of cleaning it. If you don't have reverb, you don't need to use it, but many talking head creators have this problem. And if you have reverb, work with finesse and increase it step by step. Don't push it too far because it will affect the voice in a negative way. And to demonstrate how the plugin works, I will insert for a moment another recording made in a room with plenty of reverb and some noise. This is a microphone test recorded in a room with reverb and the microphone is connected directly to the camera. This is a microphone test recorded in a room with reverb and the microphone is connected directly to the camera. This is a microphone test recorded in a room with reverb and the microphone is connected directly to the camera. This is a microphone test recorded in a room with reverb and the microphone is connected directly to the camera. You can hear that in this case the difference is significant because we have reverb on the recording. But for my current recording, a little bit of push is enough. The most important thing to remember is not to be aggressive with plugins like this one and use it with finesse. The next step will be to compress and amplify the audio, but as a bonus I will show you another plugin similar to this one. This will clean the noise if you have a noisy microphone or preamp. I will add a link in the description for this plugin too. After you install it, go to Plus, Restoration, VST and choose Clarity VX Mono. This is similar, work with it carefully only if you have noise, but on my current recording, because I don't have much noise, I prefer not to use it. It's time to amplify the audio now. And to amplify it correctly, we need to understand as simple as possible how compression works. I told you that I made these two spikes intentionally. This is why. If I want to amplify the audio now and push the volume up, I can push it only 5.6 dB until the clipping point. This means clipping. The sound will be distorted, so we need to stay away from that point. In this case, if we need to amplify the audio by more than 5.6 dB, we can't do it because the audio will clip. What compression does is to chop these spikes and create more space between the loudest part of the audio and the clipping point. This is what the onboard compressor of DaVinci Resolve looks like. A lot of buttons and controls to understand, but if you use Renaissance Vox, you have one fader to work with. Go to Plus, Tools, VST and add R Vox Mono. This is what it looks like. We have one single fader to use. We are not going to work with the gate, we are only going to work with the compression. I will play the sound now and slide the fader to hear what compression does. It will chop the spikes and amplify the entire audio. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. We can see that even if we push the compressor to -9.7 dB, it will not clip. Look here. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. This is because we have more space now between the loudest part of the recording and the clipping point. If the volume is too high after the compression, we can reduce it from this fader, but for a solo voice we want to amplify it, so we are not going to use it. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately. I will show you next how to check what level is correct, where you need to stop, but I will park it here at -9.6 for the moment. This is the best way to amplify your voice and stay away from clipping. This plugin is brilliant. And if you find this video useful until now, don't forget to press the like button and maybe consider subscribing. Thank you. And what I also like to do next is to add the limiter that DaVinci Resolve has. This is the onboard plugin. Every audio or video editing software has a limiter. I will add it and set it to -1 dB to be sure that nothing will clip. But now let's find out if the audio has the correct level. YouTube has a loudness standard at -14 LUFS. If you upload a video that's louder than -14 LUFS, YouTube will automatically normalize the audio and reduce it to -14 LUFS. I don't want YouTube to alter my audio. In this case, I will make my audio somewhere between -18 and -16 LUFS. That's enough for me. How do I check the loudness of my audio? This is the track with the effects applied to it. I will render the track on a new track with all the effects applied and analyze it. How do I do that? I set the in-out points, go to timeline, bounce mix to track and select new track. After the track is rendered, I right-click on the new track and select Analyze Audio Levels. I keep the standard and click Analyze. After the track is analyzed, I can see the loudness. If it's louder than -14, I will come back to the RVox and reduce the compression, or if I need to amplify it, I will compress it more until I reach the level that I want. I will play now the audio with the entire processing and without, so you can hear the result. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. The sound is processed with simple techniques that you will learn immediately and transform your audio quality today. 3 simple, cheap plugins can improve your audio quality a lot. But you can learn how to process your audio and use any professional plugins. It will be useless if you don't know how to record your audio correctly. To do it right, I have a dedicated video where I show you how to record better audio using any mic, the mic that you have right now. The improvement will be instant if you apply the tricks I show you in this video. Watch it and transform your audio today.